For now, I'd like to introduce Erica McConnell.
Thank you, Damon. Thank you, everybody, for jumping on this morning. Like Damon said, my name is Erica McConnell. I'm the Industrial Services Manager for Rexel Mid-Atlantic. And I'm going to go over some online tools and some special offers that we in Rockwell have going on right now. There is my contact information. Please feel free to take a picture or write it down. If you think of questions after our presentation today, please feel free to reach out to me or your account manager, and we're happy to get you information. So we have a lot of topics that I'm going to cover pretty quickly and at a very high level. So again, if you have questions, please use that chat function, and we'll do our best to answer them during this hour. And if we need to take it offline, we're also happy to follow up with you. So the first topic I'm going to talk about is a product called FactoryTalk Innovation Suite Euphoria Chalk. And I know that is quite a mouthful. This is a product that is a result of Rockwell's partnership with PTC. And it's a really cool collaboration tool, especially during this time where we're social distancing and a lot of us can't get into the plant. But I'm going to stop talking for a minute. I'm going to show you about a 2-minute video that will demonstrate the value of the tool and really what it is. And then I'll talk some high level features from there. So here we go.
Digital transformation should empower your people. Today, a high-performance workforce requires extensive training programs, equipment maintenance, travel budget, and support systems. Yet, the traditional means of sharing expertise are inefficient and time-consuming. Now we've created a new way to tackle these business requirements. It's Euphoria Chalk. Easy to use, full support allows your workforce to collaborate in real time, anywhere. Chalk enables support or training. First, employees can share a live view of their workspace with an expert or coworker.
The waste valve here. Now that that's closed, you can turn on your surface wash valve, which is here.
Okay, got it. Both people can draw on the world and work together as if they are together. And thanks to Euphoria augmented reality technology, your annotations stick exactly where they're drawn, even when you move around as you work. In fact, you can pause the live view to draw easy to follow multi-step instructions. With Chalk, simple instructions help you solve complex problems quickly and effectively. Chalk works on mobile devices, meaning your most experienced minds are accessible anytime, anywhere.
And then you want to open either one of these 2 motor meters here.
Having your best minds on the job remotely means solving the problem right the first time, reducing equipment downtime, and improving your bottom line. Chalk is ideal for service and training, and for other forms of collaboration too.
Okay, and lower the tongue and let's lose this.
It's easy for your team to work together or give feedback from almost anywhere in the world, saving you time and money.
You did a great job your first time there. Thank you.
Accuracy, efficiency, collaboration. Chalk brings your workforce together with simple, intuitive tools they love to use. Euphoria Chalk. See it, solve it, together.
Hold on.
Digital transformation.
Sorry about that. So as you can see, it's a really great tool for collaborating when you can't be together. And so there are a couple different ways that the product can work. So as a Chalk host, which is one of the options, you can set up code-based sessions. So not everybody has to have Chalk or has to be a host. You can send a code over to a person who is in the plant. They do have to have the app downloaded on their phone, but then they can just join the session and use it just the way you saw them use it in the video. So they don't have to pre-register or purchase anything. They just need to have the app on their phone. So that's a really neat feature. So the way that works with the host is, so if you're a factory expert and you're not able to get into your factory right now, and you've got a line operator who's trying to keep the line running in the absence of expertise, or if you're an OEM and you have the same thing, it's, you know, an end user customer, you can send them a code and dial in, and then they can share their screen. They can show you on the video what they're looking at and help with the troubleshooting. I think a lot of you guys out there have done troubleshooting over the phone without being able to get eyes on what the person is seeing in front of the machine. And so the idea is really to put you right there with them and be able to do those annotations right on the screen to make that process easier. They mentioned that it's a mobile app, but there is also a desktop function and feature. So if you are sitting at your home computer in your home office right now, you don't have to use your phone. You can use the same technology on your desktop with your webcam. One cool thing is that you can keep the session highlights, so you can come back to them down the road, or you can share them with other people so they become a learning tool or a quick reference guide. You can also attach them to work orders to show what work was done. So those pictures can be saved. I know frequently we are in plants and there is not great service on phones. There is a low bandwidth option or mode that can help allow the technology to continue even in situations where service may not be optimal or at best. There is an online admin center that can track the number of calls, how many users, how many seats you have that are being used right now, and allow for some analytics over the whole team as well. And as part of Rockwell's COVID-19 relief services package, they and PTC are offering free access to Chalk through June 30th. So you'd have that enterprise management that I just showed you, and ability to work as a host and work, so you could work with folks that are remote. If that is something that you are interested in, if you want to type in the chat your email address and the word Chalk, one of us will reach out to you and help you get that set up. It's very simple. It takes a couple of seconds, and then you can be off and running with it. Do we have any questions from the chat? I can't see it, Damon. So.
No questions at the moment.
Okay, great. And I'm going to move on to the next topic. We're going to talk about Rockwell's Taconite program and what is it. So the idea of a Taconite contract is to get support when you need it and where you need it. So that includes the knowledge base, which I will actually do what you're never ever supposed to do on these, and do a live demo of the knowledge base in a little while. It also includes forums, live chat, submitting questions via email, and then live phone support. There are different options of support, levels of support that you can have. So they kind of go from self-assist, on your own kind of support, and then all the way up through very, very complex, very high levels of support, and even some remote alarming and data analytics. So with your self-assist option, again, this one's more self-support. You're on your own. There's no live support, but it does give you access to your software updates. Rockwell does not require you to purchase a new package of software every time they come out with a revision change. They allow you to download those revisions off of their what they call their PCDC site, and as long as that software is under a support package, then you can download revisions forward and backward as you need. And this also gives you access to the knowledge base and would unlock answers that are available for customers who have contracts only. And it does give you the interactive forums and the ability to do product notification. The next level of support on top of that is our most popular. It's called product support. It includes all of those things that I just talked about with self-assist, but it also adds in real-time phone support. So this is where you can either call in or use the live chat function. As part of this, they also have remote desktop troubleshooting. So the engineer on the line can dial in, usually via WebEx, and see what you're seeing. In addition to that, they are also leveraging the Chalk feature that they have available. And so they'll actually set up a code-based session with you using Chalk. They're calling it, it's called Live View when it comes with you, but that is a new feature available for product support and higher techs. Kind of next level up is your system support. So again, it gives you everything from self-assist and product support, but in this case, you're dialing into system engineers as opposed to product engineers. So you're going to get one point of contact. You can talk to you across the whole system as opposed to getting a product person. So if you called in and it was a PLC issue with product support and they find out that it's really the HMI, they're going to flip you over to the HMI product person. With system support, you're going to stay with the same person. They are available, they're capable of talking across the system as a system engineer. And then that top level of support is application, and this entails multi-week onboarding. They actually connect to your site, document all of your processes, back up all of your programs, and have all of that back at the Rockwell facility so that when you dial into a special number, you get an application engineer who can actually pull up all of your plant information and have the they can help troubleshoot more specific content. I understand that I was fading in and out. I apologize for that. Is there anything that I need to go back over? It's probably because I still talk with my hands, even though none of you. So again, as part of Rockwell's COVID-19 relief service package, today they are giving one of those self-assist support contracts for free to all of our customers through June 30th. Again, if you are interested in signing up for that, we're happy to help you. You can either reach out to Brian Wenner, whose contact information is here. If you put mine down, great. You can reach out to me, or you can type into the chat your email address and the letters T like Tango, C like Charlie, or Taconite, and we'll reach out to you after the presentation and help get you set up. Were there any questions on Taconite?
No questions on the chat, Erica, right now.
Okay, great, thank you. All right, so I'm going to do that live demo now, and hopefully it goes well. So I'm going to show you guys the knowledge base, and since everybody on the call is going to have a Taconite contract, whether self-assist or higher, moving forward, I'm going to show you everything that's available in there. So let's go ahead and go out to the knowledge base. And I know I had that as my Rockwell. I apologize. I just noticed that. So this is actually the knowledge base. We'll get this. We'll get the URL out to everybody, so you don't have to frantically try to take it down. One of the things that you want to make sure that you do with your first time in the knowledge base is sign up for an account. Where it shows my name here, there will be an option for login or sign up. Please sign up. You're going to need your authorization number. We can get that to you. That's going to unlock those Taconite only answers. So we want to make sure to set up correctly.
Erica,
So then,
I'm not seeing.
because it drops out. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Sorry. I forgot that it does that. Let's try this again. Is that better?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So as I was saying, here where you see my name, that's where you would see login or sign up, and just make sure that you you do that before trying to do anything else in here, or it's gonna it will limit what you have available to you. It is a public site. So the first thing that you can do here is ask a question, and you can type this in. It's a free form. I think of it as Google. So sometimes less is more, sometimes more is more. It just depends on what you're looking for. So I'm going to type in here Studio 5000, and I'm going to choose this third one here, the code integrity check failed. And then I'm going to hit search. And it's going to give me a whole list of results that are similar to what I was looking for. So I'm actually going to choose the first one. And here you'll see at the very top, there's my answer ID. So sometimes if you're on the phone with tech support, or if you're talking to one of our automation consultants, they'll give you an answer ID. That's what that is. And you can search based on that as well. You don't have to type in what you were looking for. You'll see here it says access levels TechConnect. If you were not signed in, you would not get this answer as a result in your search. It wouldn't show up at all. You can email this page. All it does is email a link. So if you're trying to share this with somebody that you care about, and are, they're asking this question, you're going to want to actually just copy the whole thing and put it into the body of an email, as opposed to emailing from here, because they'd have to have an account set up, and they'd have to have the tech information to be able to see this one. So just to avoid any confusion on that. You can also print it to PDF, hold on to it. But I'll show you how to also save this as a favorite. To that end, if you click here, add to favorites, I'll show you how to find that later. So I'm going to add that one to my favorites. And then as you go through, you'll see that it gives you causes, solutions. This one happens to be a very simple solution. It's upgrading it to version 24 or higher. Sometimes there are links to other websites like the literature library, things like that, and they'll be hyperlinked right out, so you don't have to go digging for things. Another thing that's super helpful in here is related answers. So sometimes you got kind of what you were looking for, but not quite, and this related answers can be super duper helpful there. So that's really that search function. So you'd have the access to that as self-assist hire with your TechConnect contract. So everybody on the line will have this after today. So I am going to go back. And if I start over, it'll kind of take me back out to that main page. And I'm not going to go through everything here, but another way to look through is you can search by a product type. You can also find instructions on things like activations. That's a question we get quite often, is issues and problems with activating software. So there are instructions there, links out to training and webinars. This is where you'll find those online forums. Those are user forums. There are some retired Rockwell engineers that spend their retirement posting and answering information on the forums. So you can get some really good information out there as well. And then any PSAs or other product safety information is also posted on here. There are links out to the literature library I mentioned earlier, and I also mentioned the PCDC where you can download your software updates and firmware revisions if you are looking for those. It's kind of hidden because they just changed this, I guess, about a week or so ago, but here's where you would be able to actually reach out to Rockwell. So if you wanted to submit a question, it will pull up a box. You fill out the information, it basically sends an email. They'll reply to you within 24 to 48 hours usually. You can attach up to, I think it's 25 or 30 meg of files to this. So if you wanted to send a picture or something like that, you could do that there. I think at this point, everybody has used a live chat, so I'm not going to demo that. But if you have product assist or higher TechConnect support, you can live chat with the field service engineer as opposed to having to call in. And then if you do the call us here, it just gives you phone numbers and access to direct dial codes. So if you've ever called into Rockwell's tech support and had to dial through the tree to get to whoever it is that you're hoping to talk to, the direct dial codes will help you bypass that. You can put in a 3-digit code and go right to the slick folks and not have to dial through the tree. So that is helpful. Let's see. I want to show you. So if I go to My Tech Connect here at the top, mine's going to look a little different from yours. If I were an end user customer or an OEM customer, it would actually have My Tech Connect information here. So your authorization number, that kind of stuff would be there. But what's really important in here is you can find your service ticket and chat histories. So every time you call Rockwell's tech support or chat in, they develop a service ticket for you. Those are all automatically stored in your knowledge base account, which is really nice. You can go back and pull those up. You can use them as work instructions. With the chats, they'll email you a copy of the transcription. You don't have to save it because it's in here. You can just come back and find it here instead. And then this is where you would manage your favorites. So that one that I just put in, you can see is showing up right here. So I can come right back to that. So I can build my own library of favorite articles that I know I'm going to use over and over again. And that's really all I have in the knowledge base. Damon, are there any questions out there while I switch back?
No questions at the moment. Please, if anybody has a question, type it in the chat and we can go over it.
Get to the right one here. Bear with me, I apologize for the back and forth. Okay. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is Rockwell's new e-learning platform. They just rolled this out maybe a couple months ago. They revamped everything. So if you were used to looking at like the RS trainers or the web-based training, those have been discontinued. And this is the new platform moving forward. So today there are 15 classes available of over 5 technologies, and I'll show those to you in just a minute. There are more to follow throughout 2020 and beyond. Like I said, this is a new platform, and so they're rolling them out as quickly as they can. The idea is for these to be interactive. There are quizzes and tests. You do have to pass with an 8 higher to be able to move on. So it does actually track your knowledge and your learning. And you can use these anywhere you can get out to the internet. It doesn't matter if it's mobile or if it's on a PC or. And one thing I did want to point out, I'm sorry, is that there are CEUs available for these classes. So if you are someone who is in need of continuing education units, they can be assigned to these classes as well. So these are the classes that are available today. Like I said, there's supposed to be 8 more-ish over the rest of this year, and they'll keep building out the platform. If you've ever taken a Rockwell class before, you'll notice that these course codes line up exactly with the in-classroom course codes. They are intended to be interchangeable. So since we just canceled everybody's classes through April, if you were in CCP 146 and that was canceled on you, you could do the online version instead. It would give you the same information. And since we did just cancel all of those classes on everybody, you have access to a free class of your choice for free through June 30th. And that is available for every person in your plant. So if you've got 30 technicians, then you can have 30 different people taking some mixed match of class. It doesn't have to be the same class. They can choose on their own. So again, if you are interested in that, you can type in the chat your email address and the word training. We'll follow up with you. Or you can reach out to Brian or myself or your account manager. But it's a great way, since a lot of us are stuck at home, to still do some of that continuing education and sharpen some of those skills remotely. And again, it's super easy to sign up. I think I signed up for mine in like 5 minutes. So any questions about any of that?
Nothing coming through.
Okay. So the next one I wanted to just make everybody aware of, because a lot of folks don't know this one exists, is called My Rockwell Automation. And again, I'm going to do a live demo of this one. Again, you're going to want to set up an account for this, but if you set up your knowledge base, then you will have access to My Rockwell. They are the same login credentials. So the cool thing about My Rockwell is you can type here, as you can see, you can type in pretty much anything. Again, depends on how much information you want back. Sometimes less is more, sometimes more is more. But I'm going to type in here our part number. And here you can see, you can get information, quick links, user manuals, that kind of stuff. It will give you the life cycle information. So Rockwell has 4 different levels. They're active, mature, end of life, and discontinued. So this would let you know where that product happens to be in that life cycle.
Erica, we can't see that.
Yeah, you need to show your desktop again. Sorry.
Yep, sorry. It's annoying that every time I jump this. There you go. Now you should be able to see it. So let me go back. My Rockwell.
Thank
Oh,
you.
so I'm going to type in a 1756 EN2TR. There we go. So again, you can see all of the information about the part. It has here add to repair quote. If that does not exist, let me see. So for this one down here, that is not available. That means it's not repairable, most likely, although I would encourage you to double check with us. But if you add it to a repair quote here and finish out the quote process and send it through, it gets routed to, usually it's me, Brian Wenner, or Lindsay Brewer, and then we can get you a quote on that part. So you can do it right from this page, pretty simply. You can create bills of materials. So if you're building a machine, or if you're trying to build out something for quoting purposes, you can do that here, and then you can export that to a CSV and send it over, or import that into Proposal Work or IAB if you're familiar with those products. So you can do different things with those bills of materials. I'm going to go back to the home page here. That's really that search function there. Manage is where you can find your bills of materials and create new ones. It does show you the apps that are available that Rockwell has. It doesn't have every app. So like the Euphoria Chalk app doesn't show up for whatever reason. But it does give you, so I mentioned Proposal Work and Integrated Architecture Builder. So you can find those. You can find those downloads there as well. This is where you could also create quotes and view your orders. You can, My Equipment is a paid for subscription that is part of the risk assessment service that we offer, where we look at your obsolescence risk. And My Equipment is an add-on to that. So I don't really have anything there that I can show you. My services is TBD. It's not available yet. It's something that they'll be building into this. So eventually you'll be able to come in here and see all of the contracts that you have with Rockwell, including your Taconite and that kind of stuff. And then you can go back to recent activity. Probably the coolest thing about this is the browse, because a lot of times I know I have a hard time finding Rockwell's websites. So if you are trying to find software downloads or the knowledge base, this is a great landing page and kind of jumping off point. A lot of times I'll come here first to go find what I'm actually looking for. You know, if something's not showing up in my search in my Rockwell, I can go to the product lifecycle status page, and it's probably something that's been discontinued for quite some time, and that's why it's not showing up there. So it's a great way to find those other websites. And then also training and events and things like that. There is no charge for this. So there's, you know, you can have access to this regardless of whether you have a Rockwell contract or not. And I encourage you to play around and mess with it. Rockwell's putting more and more R&D into the site over the last probably 5 years. They've been working on it. Any questions about my Rockwell?
If anyone has a question, please feel free to put it in the chat.
Hey, Eric and Damon, good morning. Greg Powell here.
Hey, Greg.
Hey, Greg.
Have you talked? I'm multitasking here a little bit, so I apologize. But have you shared with the team that we do have my Rockwell integrated into the Rexel website for?
You're jumping ahead, Greg.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's no problem.
Good, great man.
Next thing I was going to go through is some of the things available on the Rexel USA website.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. Any other questions?
Erica, we had one more.
Sure.
Did you say to use knowledge-based credentials to log in?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Dan,
Sure.
if you need any more information, please feel free to either speak up now or continue to go with the chat. Thank you.
Yeah, this is Dan. Just a quick question. So you said you use knowledge-based credentials, and I thought knowledge-based was only free. Well, wasn't free unless you had a self-assist Taconite.
So knowledge base is available for anybody. So even if you don't have a contract, you can have a knowledge base account. You just won't have access to all of the articles and all of the features within knowledge base. So when I search in here, let me see if I can find one. There are some that are access level everyone. So, oh, the right one. So anybody could get in here. Anybody can have an account to knowledge base. It's just I don't know that it has the same. I guess it's not as helpful if you don't have a contract, because you're only going to get a limited number of answers. You can't email, you can't chat, you can't, do any of that stuff on here. But you could still look up product safety advisories. You can find some of that other information.
Okay, got it. I didn't realize that. I see I learned something, and I'm with Rockwell. That's why I always pay attention. That's why I always attend anything Erica McConnell is doing.
Thanks, Dan. Any other questions? I apologize if that was confusing. I'm going to switch back to my PowerPoint, and this time I promise I will remember to stop sharing and then reshare my screen.
One more question here, Erica, from Jeff Williams. I can't get sign in to come up when I click on sign in.
Okay, Jeff, we'll take it offline. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you.
Certainly.
Okay, thanks.
I'm making myself a note. Okay, I'll remember to call you. So the last thing I wanted to talk about is Rexel's online presence. And just let you know some of the things that are available. Greg talked about some of the integration that we've done with Rockwell on our website, and then some of the other things that may be helpful to you as well as you are working remotely. So one thing that you're going to want to do if you have not done this already is work with someone from Rexel to get your Rexel account number. When you sign up for the Rexel website, you're going to want to make sure that you have your account information. That's going to allow you access to your pricing, the ability to place orders, create quotes, put them in to us, all of those things. Just like any of the other websites, you can go to the Rexel website, and I'll kind of show you without logging in, and you're going to get limited information. If you log in with your account, you're going to get all of your information, and that's going to be much more helpful to you. So again, you can reach out to me or your account manager or your inside salesperson and get that information. So when you sign up for your RexelUSA.com account, you get all of your pertinent information. So first thing that you can do is create and view quotes on any one of your devices. So whether you go online and create the quote yourself, or you call into our inside sales team and they create the quote for you, you would be able to see it in your account. So you can go back and review those. You don't have to keep hard copies or a file of them anywhere. You can log right in and pull up the quote that Yvonne did for you the other day. And you can actually even take that quote to an order with just a couple of quick clicks. Don't even have to call Yvonne back. You can just go ahead, review it, and place the order, put your purchase order information in, and she'll get that and get it processed for you. You can see your pricing. You can see availability. The way it's set up is you'll see availability of the what we call your home branch. So whatever branch your account is set up through. So a lot of folks might see Spark, but then you'll also see branches around in the area. So you can kind of get an idea of whether or not we stock the item. If you ever have questions, you can send it through and ask your inside salesperson to confirm availability of parts.
Erica, there's a question coming in from Peggy. Can we see availability or the closest distributor?
Yes. So you're going to see the closest, Peggy. So what you would probably see in most cases where you are is Linthicum, because that's probably the closest to your plant. It will also a lot of times show you the CDC. Our CDC is right down in Capitol Heights. Anything from the CDC is available for next day delivery. So you would be able to see those. Thank you. Another cool thing that you can do in here is create your own favorite products list. So we have a lot of customers who order the same things over and over and over again. You don't have to search for it every single time. You can create a list. So if you're an OEM and you have machine 1, and this is your bill of materials for that machine, you can create that. You can see the price and availability. You can add it right to the cart. You can share that list. So it's a nice way to, it takes a little bit of setup up front, but then ordering and getting information on those particular parts becomes way faster and much easier. You can also see your most ordered parts, which is another way that you can create this list. If it's something that you order over and over again, you can come back and look at, those particular parts. You can find cut sheets and manuals on our website as well. And I'm actually going to jump. I promise I will reshare my screen. I'm going to jump out to our website and show you a couple of things. Okay. So it's rexelufa.com. So my username and password aren't working right now, and I didn't have time to get with tech support to figure out why it's not working. So I can't show you my login, but you would have your username and password, and you would want to hit login so that you can get the information that you're looking for. And I'm going to go back here. You see my recently viewed items. I could search for things. You know, I've been looking for gloves and stuff lately too, so you can type that in and see what's there. But I'm going to choose this Allen Bradley drive. You'll see because I'm not logged in, it doesn't give me any pricing or availability or anything like that. So that's why we want to make sure we get signed up with your account so that you can see the stuff, you know, see everything that you want to see. But the cool thing about this is these are hyperlinked right out to Rockwell's literature library, and we'll give you the cut sheets, and you can find manuals. So I know sometimes those are really hard to find. It's another way for you to be able to get the information you need, even if it's not price and availability, you just need more information on those parts. And we've done that for most of the parts in here that you would think you would need a cut sheet on. I can't promise on, you know, 3M tape there's a cut sheet, but you know, a lot of the higher tech items are going to have that kind of information available for you. And I know some of our Rockwell folks use our website for that because it's a little bit easier to find than trying to dig around all the different Rockwell websites. If you come to industries and hit automation, you will find all kinds of information here. So you'll find our line cards. You'll find local training and events pages. We have lots of different I call them line cards. They're brochures available depending on what kind of information you're looking for or what kind of business you are in, or you know what your vertical market is. So those can be super duper helpful to you as well. And you know what? I can't get to proposal works and stuff because I'm not logged in. So we actually usually, if you're logged in, down here on the side, you'll have access to proposal works, which is Rockwell's configuration tool, and also my Rockwell Automation that Greg mentioned earlier. And those two do talk back and forth. So our website and their website information flows back and forth. And I apologize that I didn't realize I can't show that here, but it would be right there on the screen, very easy to find. Any questions about our website?
Erica, we do have something coming in from Nathaniel Titus. Just wanted to mention the feedback feature in case you find any dead links or have recommendations, and they do respond very quickly. So thanks, Nate.
Thank you, Nate. So that feedback feature is right here. So yes, they are phenomenal. We call them our Black Ops team, and they are constantly looking at feedback. So please, if there's anything that you find wrong in the site, please let them know. I'm going to flip back again. Keeps jumping back and forth. The last thing I really wanted to show you guys is, and this is another important part of having your account, is you can actually go on and find invoices, pay invoices online, you know, download copies. So if I know a lot of times our inside sales folks, you're calling trying to find that stuff, you can self-serve on that as well. And the cool thing with our website is we can set up different people within your organization with different access and different views. So for example, if you wanted your maintenance manager to be able to find invoices but not necessarily pay them, we can do that. If you wanted your technician to be able to see price availability but not place orders, we can do that. So it's not, everybody doesn't have to have access to every tool available in the website. We can make some things view only. We can assign different tasks to different people. So, we encourage multiple users at any given company to use the tool in ways that are helpful to them. But we don't want to scare you away and make, accounts payable may get a little freaked out if they think folks are going in and paying invoices just kind of willy-nilly or placing orders without any oversight. So we can make that more secure for guys as well. Any questions?
Nothing else on the chat right now, Erica. Please, if anybody has any questions for Erica McConnell, feel free to unmute your line and ask away.
And again, if you think of anything, we're putting you on the spot, but if anything comes up, please feel free to reach out to your Rexel account manager, your inside salesperson, me, one of our automation consultants, whoever you're comfortable with. We're here to help you. We know this is a really weird time. We're all trying to navigate through. We want to give you guys access to tools that can help you weather this storm and keep your plants running as well as we can. And we're here to help you guys however and whatever way we possibly can.